Hello, so this is a re-upload of a segment from a past theory video. Everything else was debunked already or proven right, so I thought it would be nice for me to clip this segment and make it its own video since these theories are still valid. Most of it is on episode 14. I also added on more theories and thoughts after watching 15 and 16 to these past theories. So yeah, for those of you who didn't want to watch the 30-minute video or whatever, here you go. And then Homura and the forest fires, also like mentioning Zero and Sesshomaru. So with Homura, I noticed that when he was referring to Towa and Setsuna, he just called them the ones with the gold and silver pearls. And I think that was kind of significant, but also insignificant, and I'll explain why in a bit. I noticed that their friends call them by their name, their family call them by like daughters or like granddaughters. Riku calls them half-demon princesses, Chikyo calls them daughters of Sesshomaru, Homura calls them the ones with the gold and silver pearls, Zero or the old lady says the cursed half-demon sisters, and as well as Kanton says those damn like half-demons, right? So what I've kind of determined from this is that he is just very insignificant. He just seems like someone that Zero just hired and then like was like, okay, just burn it down, you know? He wasn't anyone like in their squad. He was just some random person that Zero just told to like burn down the fire. And I've learned from the Yotsume thing, I was so sure that he was like a significant character, but nope. He is not. But yeah, and then Zero told Homura to burn the forest and to kill the twins. And everyone is saying like, oh, Zero is Kirumuru's sister and she just doesn't like the twins because they're half demons, stuff like that. Like she hates half demons. And then when she tells Homura to burn the forest, Sesshomaru just like walks away. Like he wasn't like, stop it, like defending them. I think that's just how he is, honestly. He's just like triple dot. I think he just had confidence that he could save them himself, or he had reinforcements there already. Like people looking out for the girls, and he had trust in them that it will all be like all right. And I think this was also like a post lecture, like maybe Zero was kind of lecturing to Sesshomaru on something, and maybe it just like didn't really turn out well, which is why she ended up saying to burn down the forest or something like that. Maybe the girls were in hiding the whole time and she just found out that they were still alive, or like that they exist, and then she's like, kill them. And then Kanny, I remember during the live stream, Kanny said that maybe Towa and Setsuna were both meant to go through the portal during that time, but somehow they got separated and only Towa was the one who went through. But then it's just like, it's so confusing because it's just like the portal only existed because of Roothead, because Roothead had the power of like a tree. He absorbed it and created the portal, right? So it's like there's just a lot of missing pieces there, and people are thinking maybe someone pushed Towa into the portal, maybe Setsuna got like captured by like maybe Jokin or Sesshomaru or Rin saved Setsuna because they were like briefly separated and then lost track of Towa, and then Towa got catapulted into the portal. Again, in the opening, there's like a scene of someone running, like their feet running in the forest fire, and people were saying like that could be Rin. Maybe Rin was present and like trying to find the girls, but yeah, we don't know. Next, Riku somehow planned all of this. I feel like Riku is just someone who knows everything. Like that's why like a lot of people are saying like, oh, maybe we could already manipulate time, maybe he has someone time traveling already telling him information, or maybe he himself can time travel, because he just seems so chill and like he knows all the events that's gonna happen, right? He just seems like that person, like no worries, like he just knows everything will go according to plan, stuff like that, like that type of guy. So there was a quote that Riku said at one point to the girl. He said, no matter where you hide, Homura will always find you. And it kind of made me think, oh, does like Riku know Homura himself? And like maybe like he was referring to like how maybe Homura just failed his job in killing the twins. He was known maybe to get the job done, to find whoever he's after, but then he somehow lost track of the twins and didn't know that they survived. So maybe like Setsuna did hide somewhere that he wasn't able to find her, because obviously Towa did hide somewhere that he was not able to find her through the portals. Maybe that's where Setsuna ended up. So maybe Setsuna was teleported somewhere else too. Or simply, maybe, if I'm overanalyzing this, maybe Riku was just being a manipulator. But it just seems like here, Homura doesn't know who Riku is, because he says, I don't care about that, who the hell is that guy with you anyways, huh? So he doesn't know who Riku is, but it kind of seems like Riku knows of Homura himself. Clearly, Homura is just like really insignificant, but then it kind of makes me think like, what is Riku's connection with Zero? I'll add on to that in a bit. Like this whole episode was kind of weird in a way, because like it kind of just seemed like Riku just wanted wanted Homura to suffer. Maybe he had like a side objective of getting the girls to kind of be triggered by these elements and kind of be reminded or like find out who was the one who started the fire in the first place to trigger memories and stuff like that. Yeah, Riku's like main objective was mainly just to like piss Homura off, not even the twins. So now that we're gonna move on to like Riku's like kind of like anger towards demon and human relationships. So at one point he says, well, I for one would never understand the love affairs of human beings. So clearly demon. He is definitely part demon at the least. I'll add on to that more in a bit based off of you guys' theories in the Discord. But there's another part where he says like after Homura like kind of burns himself to death, Riku says, how utterly absurd, nothing good comes from loving a human being, not for the great dog demon nor for Sesshomaru, nothing but destruction. So yeah, he was making Homura mad purposely, and to me this whole episode was kind of like a representation of how Riku sees demon and human relationships. Maybe he sees that humans are the stronger ones while demons are more pathetic. Maybe because demons become weak when they love a human. Because at one point, Towa says, did Miss Tamino risk her life just to come here so she can break up with him? While she was breaking up with him, Homura just killed himself and burned himself to death. And that's like ultimate weakness. So maybe Riku just sees demons who fall for humans as really weak, pathetic creatures. Since he basically only kind of referenced the great dog demon nor Sesshomaru, who are both full demons. And he didn't really say anything about the human part of it. Riku really contrasts Sesshomaru in that way because Sesshomaru blamed InuYasha's mother and InuYasha for the death of his father, while Riku is saying here it's like pathetic for the dog demon and Sesshomaru to be loving a human, and it brings nothing but destruction. To me, this like human and demon combo obviously creates half demon, and it's just like half demons bring destruction in Riku's eyes. It kind of also reminds me of episode 8 about like Riku's anger towards others for some reason. At one point he says in episode 8, it's my policy to kill only the ones I love. But then it's kind of weird. I don't like, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but like he killed Kiyuki, did he not? Did he not kill her there? That's why I was kind of confused because he said I only kill people he loves, but then like he killed Kiyuki. But I don't know. At the same time, he says he kills only the ones he loves, but then at the same time he says that he despises the perils, he thinks they're weak, they suck. But then also like makes me like question their connection again, which I will go more into it in a bit based off of one of you guys' theories. Kiyuki knew Riku knew Kiyuki, had no problem killing her, but then again with the whole his policy of killing the ones he loves only, he already says that he takes a liking to Towa, so that kind of maybe foreshadows that maybe in the future he's gonna want to kill Towa for some reason. So yeah, is it like foreshadowing in the future when like turns into love? Maybe not in a romantic way, but like maybe in a way where he's like, oh, I love her determination, or I love how strong she's become, I want to fight her, something like that, not in a romantic way. That kind of makes sense as well because he's always kind of picking on Towa, asking her the questions instead of anyone else. And he's like in episode 8 again, he was like, now show me Lady Towa, the Azure dragon wave you inherited from Lord Sesshomaru, right? So he wanted to see her power at that moment. He wanted to see how strong she was at that moment compared to Sesshomaru's power, because he called it half-assed, which honestly is kind of half-assed. I mean, it's understandable because Towa's young, but yeah, she has like no combat experience. But it also makes me want to bring up, did Riku know Sesshomaru way back then? Because when you think about it, the Azure Dragon Wave is a technique that was created during the time span of the original series as well as the final act, because the Azure Dragon Wave is a technique from the Tokijin. The Tokijin was created by using Goshinki's like head or whatever, his like body part. It was created sometime during the beginning of the original series, and then it broke in the final act. So if Riku wanted to observe Towa doing the Azure Dragon Wave, he must have seen Sesshomaru use it in person. So it's either that Riku was there during the time span of the original series to the final act, or he time traveled. But I really think he was just present there because of the previews, right? Because he was present when the kids were babies. So this theory might actually be debunked already. So basically the Azure Dragon Wave actually comes from Sesshomaru's own demonic energy and not from the Tokijin. But I still still think my theory might be valid, only because I don't think Sesshomaru ever used the Azure Dragon Wave with his Boxaiga, right? So it's still possible that Riku knows Sesshomaru from the main series or the original series, but we'll have to see. So if the theory is correct that Riku was possibly there during the main series, do you think Riku could have actually been there to obtain Izayo's Rouge instead of time traveling? So he was probably there. That's so weird. I don't know. I don't know. But then if he was actually there, that'd be so weird because like, why would he just like take it and keep it with him, right? That's so weird. Because this is like 4 years before his interaction with Hosenki or whatever, right? So then what? Or did Riku give it to Hosenki after InuYasha visited them in the original series? Oh my gosh, my brain hurts. I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments. One more thing that I kind of wanted to mention that I thought was kind of interesting is that Towa here says in episode 14 at one point, she says, you can't just keep someone at your side without their consent. That is just selfish. And I think that is kind of referring to Sesshomaru and Rin, where Sesshomaru was never like, stay here by my side to Rin. Rin is kind of like the one that kind of followed Sesshomaru all the time. Yeah, I think it was kind of low-key referring to that maybe, because it would be selfish if Sesshomaru did make or force Rin to stay by his side, but I don't think he ever did. Sesshomaru is always like that type of person. He's like I'm gonna do things my own. If you want to come along, it's on you, right? But yeah, those are my thoughts so far, like my over analysis, my little theories, and just thoughts on episode 14. Let's see how wrong I am. I'm so excited to see how wrong I am. But yeah, I thought this was really interesting. Again, this is just my theories, my personal theories. Don't take it too seriously. This is just for fun, and you guys really enjoy my theories. Thank you. Also, if you want to further support my channel and buy me coffee, you can join membership for only $2 and you get full access to past live streams as well as special videos and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's all for this. I'm really excited for the next episode. It's literally like 2:25 a.m. My sleep schedule is so messed up. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Opening and ending analysis coming soon, I hope. That's all I would like to say so far. Thank you guys so much for watching and motivating me to make these videos. I really enjoy making these videos. And I think that's all. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!